Hello, welcome to my June nonfiction TBR. I have a bunch of nonfiction books, and I always keep thinking that I'm going to get around to them, but I've realized that until and unless I actually put them on a TBR, I don't think I'm going to touch them. So from now on, going forward, I will be creating a separate nonfiction TBR, and for June, this is pretty ambitious because I am a slow nonfiction reader. I am going to be reading these books, but I will be annotating, I'll be making notes, I'll be taking my own sweet time because the point of reading nonfiction is to learn something, right? So, this is a pretty ambitious nonfiction TBR for June. There are three books on this TBR, and two of them are like my priority books that I really hope to finish, and one of them is just tacked on for funsies. So let's get right into the TBR. The first book that I want to read, maybe not chronologically the first, but the first on this list nonetheless, is Atomic Habits because I started this book in 2022. I got like 30 pages into it and I never read any further. But I do think that there are some concepts in this book that will be beneficial to me. And if not directly, then maybe sometime down the line. And I just want to read about them, to know more, to be a better planner, to be better at keeping my habits and being consistent with my habits. So I do think that this book might help me. And if nothing else, it's a book towards my reading goal, right? That's the worst case scenario. But I do think that I'm going to learn something. So I'll be reading Atomic Habits. Now, the next book that I want to read is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time, but I keep waiting for the perfect time. And I've realized that there's no perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time, you stupid. And so this book is The Artist's Way. I am a creative, artistic person, and I have been in a rut for a long time now, and I want to get out of it. I've heard really wonderful things about this book, and I hope that it helps me get out of that creative block, that mental block that I've been in for a while, especially with like my injury and everything. It feels like too much, and I feel like some creative outlets would really help me, but I'm having trouble being creative. So maybe this book has some tactics, some tips on what I can do to be more creative, to keep my creative practices in my daily life, to include my creative practices in my daily life, to keep my creative juices flowing. So I'm looking forward to reading this. And the best part about this is that I do also have the companion journal, which is it's gigantic. You see that? Is it what? Is it like an A4 sized book or even bigger? But considering that this is a journal, makes sense. Still intimidating though. So I'm not counting this as a separate book. This is a part of The Artist's Way. So we've got this. And then finally, the book that I've tacked on for funsies to this TBR is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this is one book that I'm reading because my sibling read this when we were just getting out of high school. And I just want to know. I just want to know. I'm just curious about what is in this book that they've been recommending it to me for years and years. I just want to know. So hopefully I can get to this. However, my first priority is probably going to be both Atomic Habits and The Artist's Way. So, yep, that's my June TBR. You can hold me accountable, and I'll see you with my non-fiction June TBR. Okay, so that's my fictional. Have I been saying fiction TBR this whole time? It's too hot for me to think. This is my non-fiction June TBR, and I'll be back with the fiction TBR soon. See ya. Bye.